Hello.
こんにちは。今日もキークリエイティブスタジオオンラインご覧いただきありがとうございます。さて、今日のトピックは何でしょう？ What is the topic for today?
Well, thank you for bringing me back again.
はい、皆さんご覧いただいてありがとうございます。
The next topic I wanted to talk about was about overlap.
今日のトピックはオーバーラップ、重なり合ったところですね。
Yeah. Now I've spoken about overlap before, I think, and I've used this my example, which is taking spheres and overlapping them, right? Like so, and I would use this as my kind of my warm up, just to get my head in the right frame for thinking for things in perspective.
以前にもこのウォームアップのセッションでお話ししたことがあります。この Q ですね。それが重なり合って、こう、前にあったり、後ろにあったりっていう、この前後関係、空間を捉えるウォームアップをするっていう時にお話ししました。
So there are a couple of things that are happening. I'll try not to spend not too much time on this, but one, this is the magic tea. Magic tea.
今日はまた短い時間でこのオーバーラップをお話ししたいわけなんですけれども、魔法の T という文字がございます。
Okay, I don't know where I got that from, but okay, it's mine today. So obviously, wherever you see there's a T,
の字隠れてます。
there's a T,
ここにもあります。
another T. So all these T's are obviously creating the sense of the overlap I've been talking about.
で、この T の字っていうのは今お話ししているオーバーラップに関係してくるところです。
I hope that's clear. Oops. That's clear. Yes, it's okay. Yes.
ここまでよろしいですか？
Yes. Okay. So that's one of the things that's happening. And also just to make sure for yourselves, if you wonder like why things are looking kind of weird and like, in your brain you want something to be in the front and something to be in the back, but for some reason like they seem they're occupying like the same space. It's basically because they maybe like you're not having them actually go over each other, and again you're not having this T relationship. That's part of it.
書いてるものがもう自分ではこれは手前にあってこれは奥にあるっていうふうに思ってるのに、あれなんかちょっと逆に見えちゃうとかそういうふうに見えないなっていう時は、もしかしたらこの T をうまく使うと思ったことが書けるかもしれないですよ。
Okay. For example, something like this, right? I have like this bar like that, and
この棒が曲がったようなものを書いてみますね。
So there's no sensation of anything overlapping, right?
これにはオーバーラップはどこにもないです。
Okay. But if I just brought this over like this, like so, there's our T.
はい、ここにほんのちょっと線伸ばしました。これ T の字ができました。
Okay. Now, yeah, it started to feel that, now this is something. This part is in the front. This part here is in the front, and this part here is in the back, right?
でなんとなく、そっか、この真横のものがちょっと手前にあるな、曲がってる斜めのところが向こう側にあるなっていうのが伝わってくるようになったんじゃないでしょうか。
But for some reason, it feels that something is missing here. Well, it's basically because I've just taken a bar here and I've just bent it. Okay, so if this was supposed to be like an arm or something like that, now we're going to talk about things that have more organic volumes. Shall I say? For like a better way of saying, yeah.
これは今ちょっとね、棒が曲がっただけみたいな風にわざと書いたので、あんまりそんなに前後関係とかないように思えるかもしれませんけれども、これを腕に見立てたりとか、もっと有機的なものに見立てたりとかして、でもうちょっとボリュームをあるように見せる方法についてお話ししていきます。
So if this was like a human arm, obviously this would come over. The muscle obviously would.
はい、これがもし腕だとすると、前腕の筋肉の盛り上がりがありますね。
and of course the bone will be here like that, and so now the overlap is over here now, right? It's over here because obviously this is a organic volume that I have here. I'm sorry, I can't find the right words for today, but obviously that's what's happening in here.
はい。で、腕だと考えると、肘の出っ張りがもう少し後ろまで出てて、で、ここのところの、ここっていうか曲がり角のところですね。T の字のあるところが、ぐっと筋肉の盛り上がりがあって、オーバーラップが起きてる。
Another thing that's also happening here, the same thing is happening here in terms of, this is an arm, this would be the bicep, of course, obviously this is the forearm here, and the deltoid will be here, like so. Okay.
で、二頭筋があって、三頭筋があってっていう風に、こう、上腕が上につながっていきますね。で、その筋肉と筋肉の間にも、オーバーラップが起きてます。
Right. And there's the hand here. Okay. So you can see how quickly I was able to make this feel like a more like a living form. One, of course, by adding the volumes to it, and through that, overlapping, those volumes from there, as opposed to having these straight, just these straight graphic forms, that they don't say anything, and there's no feeling of rhythm or any of that in there.
はい。最初に書いた棒みたいなものはもう本当に直線的で、特にそこに何かこうメッセージ的なものもなければ、何も伝えるものがなかったわけなんですけれども、ボリューム、3次元の形状、立体形状を与えてあげて、そこにオーバーラップを加えると、リズムも出てきますし、人間、あるいは生きているものだっていう感じが生まれてきます。
Okay. So, another quick tip I have, so many things I want to say. So, but some things you should keep in mind in terms of overlap. Okay. Yes, you do want to think of look for the T. Okay. All right. Meaning that obviously you don't have forms like what's it when you have a tangent. Basically, it's basically when you have like two forms that are pretty much are parallel to each other, or there's no sense of one thing overlapping over the other thing. So,
ここでもう一つtips をご紹介しているんですけれども、タンジェントっていう言葉があります。で、タンジェントっていうのは全く同じ空間上にこう2つのものが並んで見えているようにこう感じることですね。今の私の手がこう映ってるかもしれない。映ってるかな。ここ全く同じものがこう同じ空間上にこう並んじゃってると、もちろんこれはですね、こんな風に前後関係がないということですね。
Another thing in terms of overlap is also helpful for you is size. Okay, so things that are smaller. Yes, I'm not being patronizing here, but things that are smaller, things that are far away tend to look smaller. Excuse me, and things that are close to us tend to look bigger.
Right? このボリューム感だったり奥行き感を出すためのもう一つのキーワードがサイズです。近くにあるものは大きく見えて、遠くにあるものは小さく見える。で、これ皆さんのことをその当たり前だって思うかもしれませんけれども、意外とこれが絵の中で役に立ってきます。
So you keep so in terms of like size, in terms of like something's bigger, something's smaller, okay, and and also keep in mind if you're talking like about the human figure, think about the volumes and like how those volumes are overlapping over each other. So making sure like you have the proper volume being applied to the figures that to the forms that are being overlapped.
そして人体を描くときにおいては、ボリュームですね。どのくらいの体積があるものなのかっていうのを表現してあげると、とっても人間らしくなってきます。
Okay, so actually I'm gonna pause right there. Actually, I think that sums up everything I wanted to say. So, unless should I go on or?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I can keep on going. So, all right. So, all right. I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to show this one more in terms of how this applies to an actual figure. Okay.
で、この今お話ししたような原則をどうやって人体に応用していくか、もうちょっとお話しします。
Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to try to apply what I've been talking about and show you how this applies to a figure. Okay. All right. So let's say I have some figure, kind of like this. So, let's say it's going out that way. It's going that way. Okay. All right. There's some leg. And the hips. There's the knee. There's the nice leg here. It's going to be a lady. And another here. All right. This back here. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, this here like that. All right. I think. Oops. I can do that better. All right. So this is very, very rough, but I'm going to keep on working this. So, but I think we have the general idea for like what the gesture is here. This some female form that's twisting her body one way and coming towards us from this way.
非常にラフですけれども、書きたいジェスチャーのアイデアは伝わっていきます。女性で体をこうひねって、で、こちらの方に向かって歩いてくるような、こんな感じのジェスチャーですね。
Okay. So already, okay, well, I'll start from the top here. So if this is the head.
これを頭ですね。
Okay. And, all right. So obviously, the shoulder is, and yes, she's going, top of her torso is going back. So I'm not going to see all of her neck or her trapezius. That's going to be hidden by her shoulder. So that's overlapping those forms. So that's another thing. Sometimes, some things might be completely hidden because you're overlapping them. But you have to, if you're talking about the figure, you have to know your anatomy a little bit to know that these forms, they still exist. they didn't go anywhere. It's just that they're being overlapped at the moment.
で、この彼女はですね、ちょっとこう上半身を向こうに傾けたような感じになっているので、肩が見えて首が隠れていて、頭がその向こうに見えるっていう形で、僧帽筋のところも隠れてますしっていう風に、少しアナトミー、人物がどんな骨とか筋肉でできているかっていう知識があると、少しこの見方も簡単になってくるんですけれども、でその相互に隠れたり見えたりっていうものを一つずつ 描いていきます。
So that even though, so her head, so it's very, very simple for the eyes here. Okay. All right. Okay. Hairs, whatever, like that. Okay. So this shoulder here is overlapping the neck, and this arm, of course, yeah, this muscle is overlapping this muscle here. I know it's very small, but there is a T in there, obviously. Okay.
で、この肩から来てる三角形のところから、腕にかけてのところに筋肉がこうかぶさっているような形になりますので、ちっちゃく T があります。ここもオーバーラップしてます。すいません。それから肩と頭ですね。それもオーバーラップがあります。
Okay. There's a T here. Okay. Usually I don't draw like that, but I'm making it clear for you guys so you can see it in this area here. There's a T overlap because obviously this is fitting into this form here. Okay. And then there's the hand. It's kind of going like that. Okay. Like so.
ね、前腕のところとこのつなぎ目のところですね。ここもこちらの前腕の方が盛り上がっているからそこにこう入っていくような形で T の字ができます。
Her other arm is down.
ここも書いてきますよ。
It's down here. Okay. And now, so yeah, I'm having it just stick out of the side of her body like this, but it's not crazy because we all understand, when people twist their bodies, all the parts of their bodies will come forward, other parts will tend to go back, and some parts will be completely hidden. So, right now we're just seeing her forearm at this point, her forearm and her hand at this point. But it's okay, because we just know like where everything else is, because everything else is matching up where they should be.
今胴体の途中から急にこう前腕が出ているような形にはなっているんですけれども、もちろん胴体が前に来てその後ろに腕があるっていう形ですから、そこはどういうふうな体がなんていうんですかね、人間の体の基本的な枠組みっていうのはもう皆さんお分かりだと思うので、そこの隠れてるところまではわざわざ書かなくて大丈夫です。見えてるところから書いてください。
Okay, and this muscle is coming in. This is a major overlap because we have like this muscle coming forward. This one, this that's the abductor muscle, which is in the back. Okay. The knee comes out.
足もそうですね。方向筋のところからこう膝にかけてがぐっと伸びていまして、膝は手前の方に来ていて、さらに足が前に来るという感じです。
Okay. And of course, yeah. Again, there's my T. Okay. All right. So this all this is obviously it's going to be a little bit larger, because well, it's closer to us. Okay.
足が大きくなってますね。もちろんそれは手前に来てるものが大きいっていう原則に従って書いてるからです。
But the one in the back is going to be a little bit, and I do mean a little bit. I'm not trying to go too much abstraction, even though some people do. It's going to be a little bit smaller.
で、奥側にある足は少しだけ、ほんの少し小さくします。
So, okay. Again, there's another overlap because, right? So, sorry, in terms of this muscle here.
ここも筋肉のオーバーラップがあります。T の字書いてきますよ。
Okay. And look what I'm doing here. I'm gonna really. Now, there's an expression people like to say in animation about drawing through objects, meaning that you actually want to draw as if something is like made out of glass, because you don't want to do this. You don't want to stop your line here and then like restart over here. Just draw the line. Just draw the line because it's a drawing, and this is a rough drawing. So the purpose is like you're gonna fix it later. So and that way it's a complete form in that case. If you kind of like stop and then like restart on the other side, you're gonna have like two different forms, and they're not gonna match up.
今、奥側になっている足の話をしているんですけれども、ドロースルーっていう言葉があります。手前側の足がガラスでできてる、あるいは何か透明なものでできてるっていう風な感じで、もう奥側の足は全て見えてるものとして最初に描いてしまいます。今はラフなドローイングなので、最後の仕上げの時に重なっているところは消せばいいだけなので、一つのフォームは一つの塊として描いてしまった方がいいです。中断している足のところで分けて書いてしまうと、どうもその一塊っていう感じが失われてしまうので、ドロースルーっていう言葉を覚えておいてください。そこはつなげて書いてしまいます。そうすると、全体としてのまとまりが出てきます。
So that's my little advice there. Everybody makes that mistake, or for some reason, even though they know it's wrong. So
そうですね。一生懸命そこで頑張って見えないところで区切ってっていう風に書いてしまうと何かおかしな感じがしてしまうので、もうおすすめは一体化して書くです。
She smacked her boyfriend maybe or something. Or her husband. I don't know.
ね、もしかして彼女は何かパンって叩いたところかもしれません。それは何かわかりませんけれども、こんな感じ。
I'm sorry.
アクションです。
Just joking. But just had that feeling she's doing something. Okay, fine. Something like that. All right. So anyway, no, I'm not going to noodle this drawing too much, but I hope you guys can get the idea what I'm talking about here in terms of how to use overlap in relation to the body. I'm sorry, I left something out.
はい。なのでちょっと最後の方表に乗ってきて細かく顔とか髪の毛とか描きたくなっちゃったんですけれども、今日お伝えしたかったことは人体を描く上でオーバーラップって意外と大事だよっていうところです。ちょっと意識してですね、手前、奥、それからボリューム、手前は大きく、奥は小さくといったことを意識してみてください。
So just keep these little tips in mind, and keep drawing. Keep working at it. Don't get dogged or frustrated if things don't look exactly the way you want them to look. When you first do it, there's no quick path to success other than hard work and keeping at something that you really enjoy doing.
何かするときにですね、もう時間がかかるのは仕方がないと思います。最初にやったときに自分が思ったことと違うなって思うこともたくさんあると思うんですけれども、一生懸命練習するっていうことに勝るものはないので、どうぞ皆さん楽しんで長く書き続けてください。今日はご視聴いただきましてありがとうございました。
Okay. Thank you.
また、キークリエイティブスタジオご覧ください。ありがとうございます。さよなら。
Thank you.